Now, Commonwealth Bank have just come out with a huge prediction, and I've got a huge stat for them that you must see. And also Ray White, they've got a really big economics division. They've come out and they've actually made a very bold prediction as well. I'm going to share that with you, and also two really important charts. So stick with me through this video, because this information will definitely change your thinking about the property market and change your buying decision in the property market in the next 3 to 6 months. Hey everyone, it's Scott here with a daily property update. Now, if you want more information like this every single day, I do a video between 3 and 5 minutes. I give you an update on the property market so that you can be a property insider. Now, these charts relate to a difference in the market that we are seeing, okay? And we have predicted this for quite some time, because you can break the market up into roughly 3 segments, okay? You've got affordable property, you've got ordinary property, and then you've got premium property. Now, in every capital city, in every location, these price points do differ. But when we look at this across the different capital cities and we categorize the market into those 3 chunks and all the different capital cities, we can see right now clearly in the data that affordable property is growing at a faster pace than ordinary property or premium property. Now, just as an example, I want to bring up the numbers for Sydney. So you can see in this chart, this is the price range for affordable property. This is the price range for ordinary property. And anything over this price range, we could consider premium property. So you can see here that the growth rate for affordable property in Sydney is 7.2%. And if we compare this versus ordinary property, or some people call it typical property, the growth rate is actually much lower at just 6.3%. Now, I want to put the chart up for houses for every area across the country. So here's the chart right here. Now, you can see that affordable property, on average, it does differ region to region, capital city to capital city, but you can see here that affordable property is growing faster than typical or ordinary property. Now, also, let's take a look at units. So here's the chart for units, and you can see here that affordable units are growing at a much faster pace than typical or ordinary units as well. Now, what we are going to see, and what I want everyone to know, is that affordable apartments within 15 to 45 minutes of the major employment hubs or of the CBDs and all the capital cities, this is where we are going to see some really great growth. The reason for that is these now are the most convenient, most well-located, and most affordable property types anywhere in the country. Affordable apartments within 15 to 45 minutes of major employment hubs or these CBDs. You see, many of the new generation are not looking for a house with a big backyard. And typically these homes now are only found in affordable prices 1 hour to 1.5 hours out from the CBD. They're not around restaurants, they're not around gyms, they're not around wellness centers and lifestyle centers. They're not around cafes and restaurants where a lot of our young people that want to build their careers and socially connect. And one of the big things that they want is the food, the lifestyle, the convenience, the cafes, the restaurants, the wellness, the gyms, and they want to be around other young people. They don't want to be out in the suburbs with 2 dogs and a pool in the backyard. You know, we're having less children now. We actually have smaller household makeup now, more 1 and 2 people households rather than 3 and 4 people living in a household. And so many of the new migrants that are coming into the country, and we're seeing 400,000 come every single year, many of the young generation of the Aussies which are here now are not wanting that house with a big backyard that they've got to spend, you know, every weekend, every summer mowing and taking care of. They don't want that. They would rather have than that big backyard convenience, lifestyle, and location. And of course, they need it to be affordable for the rent, and they also need it to be affordable if they want to buy. So guys, my big warning is that affordable property in every single area, the growth there will outpace typical or ordinary property and also premium property in 2026. This is where we're going to see most of the gains. Now, the market is really warming up as we move towards spring and summer. In fact, CBA are actually showing that pre-approvals are up 12% for investors. So there are 12% more investors this year than last year getting pre-approvals to go out and buy a home. And in fact, we saw in August the biggest house price growth percentage in a 30-day period than what we have seen for 2 or 3 years now, actually 0.7%. In fact, some markets grew a full 1% in just 1 month. And I am seeing areas where I've directed my members to invest grow by $30,000 to $50,000 just in the last 4 to 5 weeks alone. So it's starting to happen right now. Now, another key thing that will drive the price increase of affordable property, on the 1st of October, the federal government launches their 5% deposit scheme, which taps out maximum at 1.5 million, depends on the city or the area. But for Sydney, for example, it's 1.5 million. So for properties 1.5 million and below, we're going to see more first-home buyers and we're going to see more investors attack that segment. But what you have to know, and what no one is talking about, is that even though the first home buyer scheme, the 5% deposit scheme, goes up to 1.5 million in Sydney, for example, the first home buyer stamp duty exemption taps out at 1 million. So although it goes to 1.5, the biggest benefits for first home buyers where you can do a 5% deposit and no stamp duty, Sydney, for example, is at $1 million. So it will be 1 million and below where most of the price pressure will be. Now you have to remember, most of these buyers don't want to be 1 to 1.5 hours out from the CBD. They want to be 15, 20, 30, 40 minutes from the CBD. And typically, this will mean an apartment purchase. So expect to see huge activity in all the capital cities on apartments within the price ranges of the first home buyer no stamp duty scheme and also the 5% deposit first home buyer scheme. So those capital cities are going to see lots and lots of pressure on affordable apartments within that proximity from the CBD. Now guys, if you want information like this so that you can keep updated, you can be a property insider, have all the latest knowledge, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Take care everyone. I'll see you guys tomorrow at the next daily property update.